I'm Mark Bell. I'm on my 10-minute walk. We're going to talk about traps. Not these traps right here. We're going to talk about getting trapped. You can get trapped on any diet that you're on, whether it's a vegan diet, a keto diet, doesn't really matter what it is, right? With a ketogenic diet, we got to be cautious of keto bombs, and we got to be cautious of ketogenic products. I'm a huge fan of ketogenic products. I encourage the use of ketogenic products. I encourage things like Fathead Pizza. I encourage some of the bars that are out there on the market. I'm sponsored by a company called Perfect Keto. They have bars that taste excellent. They have MCT oil powder that tastes really good. You can put in your coffee. I'll leave a link to them right over here. Perfect Keto. I think if you use the code Mark Bell, you get like 15% off. I don't remember. You'll see. Anyway, all these things are great. However, you can really overdo it on them. And you have to recognize that these companies they're trying to make money, which there's no problem with it, because that's what a company should do. All good companies should try to make as much money as they possibly can, have as much growth as they possibly can, right? But it's at your expense, because you're the one consuming the calories. You're the one consuming the food. And so just like the big manufacturers, Lay's potato chips and Ben and Jerry's and Hershey and all these other companies, right? These companies are trying to make foods that are hyper palatable. On a ketogenic diet, people that make products for keto, I myself make a product called Keto Pro. It's a delicious protein powder. I made it taste delicious on purpose, so you consume a lot of it, right? These are just all these little hidden things that can just really add up on a ketogenic diet. I don't count calories, and I don't believe that you need to either. However, just because I don't count them doesn't mean that calories don't count. They do count. It's a representation of a certain amount of energy that's going into your body. So one of the big traps on a ketogenic diet is trying to think you can just go hog wild and eat as much as you want. Now, if you wanted to overeat on anything, on a low carb diet, you can overeat on protein. But in order to be ketogenic, in order to produce ketones, you're going to have to balance out the amount of fat and the amount of protein that you eat. Over a period of time, once you start to get used to eating that way, once you start to get used to eating fatty meats and really having your only carbohydrate source be from vegetables, your body, you will not have as much demand for as much food and as much just overall nutrients as you had in the past. In fact, this is a really weird thing. See if you can follow me on this. Hopefully I can explain this well enough. Let's see. Okay, so, all right. So if I was gonna fast and I was only gonna eat every other day, my body would be more efficient at holding on to the nutrients than somebody who eats all the time. I know that's crazy, but that's where we wouldn't be able to survive without that. So the magnesium in my body, the potassium in my body, the sodium in my body will hold it if it ain't getting any of it, right? For survival purposes, we will hold on to things a little bit better. We'll go this way. We'll hold on to things a little bit better when we're not continuing to supply our body with it. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind when you're doing these styles of diets. And part of the reason why you start to eat less on a ketogenic diet. So eating the fat and eating the protein. Protein's the most satiating by far, no questions asked. Carbohydrates are satiating as well, and they're actually extremely satisfying. But what happens with carbohydrates, we start to mix carbohydrates and fats together, we tend to really overeat. On a ketogenic style diet, over a period of time, the huge advantage of it is you're going to eat less and less, and you'll be able to burn body fat. You'll be able to burn your body's own body fat that you have around your waist. The trap that everyone falls into is they just think that because they're on a ketogenic diet, it's a free pass to eat as much as they want. The other trap that people fall into, other than just eating like keto products and making these weird keto recipes that you see all over online, is they have a tendency to pour oil all over everything. Avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil, and putting MCT oil on everything. There's absolutely really no reason to do that. You can have these oils can be good for you, but there's no reason to really overdo it. So those are just some of the pitfalls that you can fall into on a ketogenic diet. I just wanted to make you guys aware of those things, because it's just these little things that I see people getting trapped by, and it's limiting their progress. There's so many people that are working really, really hard every single day to have a good, effective diet. So many people want to be fit. So many people want to be in good shape, and they're just sabotaging themselves a little bit. So be careful of that. Strength is never weakness. Weakness is never strength. Thank you guys for following along. Catch y'all later.